So if you were offered a full expense paid trip, but there could be a possible catch, would you go on it? Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
The theme song will never get old, I promise.
Yes,
It'll be
it doesn't.
going and going, but it is the finale, so it is the last time we're going to be hearing it.
I know, it's so sad.
But this episode was a good one.
Yes.
I'm really excited about it. I'm your host, Nick Mardi, for Workaholics, where we talk about the final season and every single episode with Durs, Blake, and Mr. Adam. So you can find me at NickMarty13 and The Latest Late Show, and I'm joined by a very, very beautiful co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at Athletic.
So yeah, pretty simple. It's pretty simple. So this episode, we start off in REI.
Yes.
And it was a little different for the boys because Durs and Blake were acting super smart about everything because they had been watching National Geographic type shows.
Yeah.
And Adam apparently is dumb immediately.
I love that. Like, it's so funny because I feel like that's how everybody's acting right now, just like with all the political stuff that goes on. And I love when people like act super pretentious about like, oh, well, like you don't know anything and I'm so smart. And, you know, it's like I watch reality TV and stuff like that because like my work day is so stressful that by the time I get home, I don't want to think any more than I have to. And people like look down on me like, oh, you don't know anything. You're not educated. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like Adam, basically.
That's like, it's all Facebook is about right now.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own opinion and no one's going to change their mind, or they're not even going to listen to any other people's opinions.
It's so funny. So
And it was kind of like Durs and Blake
Yeah.
saying there's an earthquake tsunami coming, but it doesn't exist. And
Yeah.
they're really adamant that it's coming and we need to prepare for it.
Yes.
But Adam's concerned more with his hot dog that he got for free, but then paid for $2
exactly.
because of the mustard.
I only had to pay $2 for the mustard. It's like, okay.
Perfect, Adam.
Yes.
So we're walking around to REI. They're preparing for it, and Adam is pretty much doing his own thing the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's trying to hide. He has mustard on one side of his face.
Yes.
And I feel like I do eat like that myself.
Well, I hide like that, so we're basically a mix of Adam. Because I thought it was so funny when he was like in the coats and like hiding in there.
And the businessman came
I've definitely
along.
pulled that move before.
Oh, I always hid in those clothing
Oh, yeah.
racks. Oh yeah,
It's a good hiding
that was
spot.
that was a funnest spot to hide in. But your parents always knew you were. But you
Yes.
thought you were like covert James
For sure.
Bond.
Yeah, I'm like,
every
no
single
one's
time.
ever going to find me
Yeah,
here.
it's so obvious. So the businessmen, the people from the Fortune 500 companies, come across Adam in the coat rack and are like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm hiding from my friends," and he does look a little off.
Yes.
He does look a little.
He's like, I mean, we know who Adam is, but like he's like on another level today.
Yeah, like he just looks a little different,
Yes.
you know, mentally, and so obviously they set him up like that.
Yeah.
Madison would usually go on straight out and say that, but I'm more conservative the way I talk usually. But so basically, you know, he's like, I'm hiding from my friends, and it's this big boy-looking guy, and so Adam and Blake come over like they're more of his guardian.
Yeah.
Because they feel bad that he's embarrassing the whole group, and these guys are kind of like, it's okay, you know?
Yeah.
We actually have a fund and a charity where we support a mentally challenged teen, and they thought Adam was a mentally challenged teen. And they like to take these teenagers to the wilderness, to a lodge, to teach them about how to survival, hunting, and all these things that they may not have access to.
Yeah.
And so they pretty much tell Blake and Durs, yo, we all will offer a full expense paid trip. Just come with us, and we'd love to kind of support Adam growing into a man with a wilderness. And they take him up on it. They think they're getting away with it because they know that Adam isn't mentally challenged,
Right.
but he definitely was acting like it at REI. And it was a funny thing to watch when you're like, Adam, just knock it off for 1 second.
Yeah.
But he couldn't.
No, he was, like I said, he was like in like, not, I wouldn't say rare form for Adam because he's just so out there all the time, but he was definitely
On another level.
taking it up a notch on that level for sure.
Tell me about it. So then what happens is the boys pull up in their Volvo from every single season and up on the driveway. And it is a little weird at first. We both were like,
no, I was for sure like, don't give that guy your keys.
yeah,
that's
so
weird.
these boys are Fortune 500, company moguls and billionaires, and so immediately Blake and Durs are very excited that they get to rub elbows, which was a theme.
Yeah, they rub elbows.
With moguls, and they get to learn from them, success stories, and then all of a sudden one of them says, "Give me your keys to your car in case I have to leave." And the music chimes in a little creepy, and they're like, "Give me the keys." And have you ever been in a tense situation like that? I feel like that might happen a lot with Ubers. You might get a creepy Uber driver. You're like,
I try to stay away from creepy things. I mean, I am like grossed out and scared by everything in life. So I try to stay out of creepy situations, but I like always am like paranoid. It was like the last time I was on the show with you, I was telling you, like, have you ever looked in your mirror and been like, that person's following me? That's like me. So I get myself out of creepy situations as soon as I get in. If somebody was like, give me your keys, and I didn't know them, and it was creepy like that, and I was in the middle of the woods, I'd be like, hell no, I'll move the car however many times you want me to move that car.
yeah. These boys do set themselves up for this kind of thing all the time, though.
Yes.
Like, especially when you get shrooms from random
my
dealers,
God.
like, you're kind of asking for a little bit because you don't know where the hell they came from.
Right.
And these boys are so naive with everything they do.
Yes, I know. It's
So and then Durs did hand over his keys because those guys were intimidating and they wanted to rub elbows.
Yeah.
They thought maybe it was just this once that it was going to happen like that.
Right.
And then hands the keys over, they go inside, and things are going pretty smoothly, and Adam runs to the bathroom, and he still looks pretty mentally challenged the way he's talking about everything.
He
says, "Tie me while I go to the bathroom."
Yes.
And then Blake overhears one of the men talking about they need bullets for the 3 wolves, and they're going to kill the short one, Adam. So Blake is immediately turned off, and there's a room that they're not allowed to go into in this lodge, and it already sounds really weird. I guess that they're cannibals.
Yeah, that's what you said, and I was guessing it too. I mean, like, they're creepy as hell. Like, let's be honest, those dudes are scary.
Yeah.
Like, and then I started thinking, and I was like, oh my God, are all like really rich businessmen creepy like this? Because like all the ones that I know kind of are.
Well, at the end of the episode, we did find out they were creepy. Well, one of them was.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
But, I do feel like you would never get approached for a free trip straight up at a store.
Right?
They didn't even have any decision about it.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. That is like super weird, right?
I was thinking, like, there would be a board for the nonprofit to be like, okay, we have these nominees.
Yeah.
But they're like, we want him to come. That's why it was weird.
Yeah, well, it's so funny because when I was thinking about it, I was like, I would never do that.
No.
But then I was like, oh, maybe I'm a girl, so like maybe it's cool because it's like 3 guys, like it's no big deal. They'd go. But it's creepy for dudes too.
I mean, I did travel Europe by myself.
Yeah.
And I got out of a lot of sticky situations, but I was also like by myself, and I was chill going to different places.
Yeah.
So I was able to do it my own.
Yes.
But I'm a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And those guys are tiny. Well,
and
they're
stupid.
just pretty big. Yeah, and naive. Yeah. I was kind of aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I'm like, I guess it depends on how aware of your surroundings you are.
For sure.
But
they are not.
They are not. So basically.
Well, actually, sort of they are. Because they were picking up on things.
True. James Bond type level.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Blake found out there was a penis in a glass jar.
Oh my God, I love that part where Blake is like creeping around trying to get into that room that they're not allowed in. And he has his hair, and they're like, oh, this plant looks dead.
That was funny. They had 2 bushes side by side, but then Blake's hair was in between, and he said...
And they pour water on it. It was
because
so
one of them was straight up brown. It did look like a bush from the one first shot.
Yeah.
It did, and that was hilarious. But then he goes upstairs and says, guys, we need to get out of here.
Right.
Because they're going to kill us.
Yes.
And so there's a window maybe 2 feet in the air, and they're all helping hoist each other up. That wasn't necessary at all. So they escape, and there's a pond to maybe escape because... These boys watch National Geographic type channels, so they're like, we know how to survive. You need a body of water to be next to. And Adam's like, I need to go my other way because that thing looks infected, which totally was true.
Yeah.
It looked like something out of like Lake Placid or something like that.
Oh, it was so disgusting when Blake had it on his face. It was so gross. But like, do you
ever... And they called it Bed Bath and
yes, what?
Bed Bath.
No,
Bath and Body Beyond?
They called it like a mix between Bed Bath and Beyond and Bath and Body Works. It was so funny.
Something like it was so funny.
But it's so funny because like, do you have friends that do that kind of stuff? Like they know something so well, and then if you go with them on that like whatever adventure it is, they're like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. And it's like, just let me do it. Like, who cares? It doesn't have to be perfect.
Here and there, yeah.
And it always ends up that those are the ones that have like the terrible experience or something goes wrong, and then I'm just like doing
Because
whatever.
they have high expectations.
And it's just fine.
And you're going into it to try it out. Exactly how it works.
And that's what's going on here.
And these boys wanted a spa day. They said, "Oh, Adam is okay," and they put all this muck around their faces, and so basically Adam leaves, comes back, finds that there's leeches all over them.
Oh my god!
And
you called that
blood,
too.
guck, and nastiness, and
oh my gosh,
it was obvious. You know, it was so obvious. And then Blake had a leech on his tongue, so he has a lisp now.
It's not just like a lisp. His whole voice is so.
And
funny.
he got a cold.
Yeah,
and he got a cold.
So funny.
So they're starting to run away because they start to hear ATVs coming and jetting, and then they find a little like guest house kind of thing. And Adam finds a ATV, and you know what? He decides to leave because they admit that they got put in this situation because they thought Adam was mentally challenged.
Right.
And so he said, "That's the end of our friendship. I'm gonna leave."
Which he sort of is in the situation because he wants to start a fire, so he goes and siphons the gas with his mouth out of the ATV.
That they could have got away with. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He still somehow manages to like get it down.
Yeah, well, he rolled. He rolled.
It was so funny.
It was so funny watching when they break to commercials.
Yes, and he's
sing
like
and
going,
roll, and you just heard the sound of breaking sticks because there was no noise. It was so funny. So Adam leaves.
Yes.
Rolls, I guess you could say, and these boys are like, "Let's take off our pants so we can trip the guys on the ATVs, the billionaire moguls," and it was so weird looking. Like, it was so obvious that you could see it. But they have their pants on, and they trip up the ATVs, and they think they're incognito. They go Predator style. They mud their faces up. I thought it was poop all over their faces. Which I'm pretty sure
it was.
I bet they cut it out, because it had to have been. Because why did he spit it out? He, like, went, ew.
It was disgusting.
Possible. I wouldn't be surprised if they cut out a lot more.
Every episode I come and help you out with the show, it's always, like, a gross one that I'm like, why am I watching this with like leeches and like mud that could be shit, basically? Like, I couldn't take it anymore.
You missed a whole episode about tight buttholes.
Is that the last episode? Because that's the only one I missed.
I think it was 2 episodes ago.
Okay, I definitely saw it.
It was all about tight buttholes.
But that doesn't like.
Oh,
for whatever
no, it was
reason,
last episode.
That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is like blood everywhere and like shit on your face, like and like that gunk that was like out of the
the green.
Oh, it was disgusting.
Jello.
Oh, I can't take this.
I always laugh because I wonder what they used in production to make that kind of texture.
Yeah.
Who knows? But they trip up the ATVs of these moguls. They get off their bikes. Durs and Blake get a hold of the guns, point them at them, and they're like, "You're not gonna kill us. That's what if it's not gonna happen." And
they're like shooting guns.
Yeah, they shoot all the bullets out of the guns. Yeah, good point. Yeah, they start blasting off. Yeah. And they literally shoot the guns until they're out of bullets, so they have nothing to threaten the moguls with.
And Blake's like, just get back to back, get back to back. Like, they're gonna look like hard asses if they're like back to back with the guns in there.
It's so funny. And then the moguls are like, "No, there's literally 3 wolves, and one of them has rabies."
Yes.
And so the boys are freaking out. Then all of a sudden, the wolves come, and Adam is there to save the day.
Yes.
Because he's not actually mentally challenged.
See, another gross part. Because he's
Even though mentally challenged people could save the day.
Yeah, no, they definitely can. But like, then it has to be gross again, where he's like sticking his hand down his throat because he's barfing up like.
He's swallowed so much gasoline,
that his throw up will burn on fire. I guess.
Because he has a T-shirt. He takes him 3 tries, and the camera really shows you him digging his hand into his throat.
I couldn't even watch. I was like,
yeah, you had your notebook above your face, and so he throws up all over the T-shirt to set it on fire. I've never seen that in anywhere.
No, I can't say that I have either.
I've seen the flare situation.
Yes.
You know, people use flares or fire to get the wolves away, whatever movie you're watching, but this was another level.
See, and he said it was some type of intelligence, and it is, because who is that creative that they siphon gas with their mouth and then throw it up later to burn on fire with
this flare,
a flare to save yourself from the wolves. So, I mean, that is interesting.
So he does save the day, but he does something really bad because he threw the shirt covered in gasoline and the flare, set it on fire. All of a sudden, you see the tree next to it catch on fire. The wolves run away, so they're like, "You're our hero." But then they take a shot of the whole forest, and half of it's on fire.
Yep.
Obvious idiots. And then they're like, "Get out of here, guys. You guys are freaking idiots."
Oh, my God.
But then Blake is like, he asks one of the moguls, "What was with the penis, though, in that room?" He goes, I am really wealthy and I just like to buy things.
Yeah.
I wanted a penis. And
Yeah.
he's like, okay, yeah, they are weird. So it ended up being that these guys actually are freaks.
Yes, they are. I know.
And then we
After
cut
all.
to the boys back at their place eating canned peaches.
Yeah.
And what couldn't Blake say?
Oh, San Andreas.
Oh, yeah.
He said, "What's that movie that you guys watched? Or he said, do you want to go watch the environmental movie that they kept talking about?" He's like,
The Rock from The
San
Rock, the
Andreas, but he
mogul.
couldn't say it.
Yeah, so he's like, San Andreas.
Yeah.
San Andreas. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, he sang San Andreas. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And he said, nice, nice, nice. And that was the whole episode.
Yes.
I actually grew up with a lisp.
Did you really?
I still have a little bit.
I don't hear it at all.
So I super related to that.
It's weird because I did not grow up with one, and sometimes I think that I'm starting to get one.
No,
And
no,
I'm
I don't
going
hear it at all.
I think I'm going crazy. But he does that so good. Like,
He had a cold on top of the lisp.
oh my gosh, it was so good.
So he's talking like
Yeah,
this
it
the
was,
whole time.
that's so good.
That sounds like SpongeBob, the French guy.
It does.
He's talking like this the whole time.
It was great. Oh my gosh.
But it was a good episode. Once again, we had a bunch of randomness. And
Yeah.
actually, we have an awesome guest coming on one of the episodes.
No way.
Coming up, his name is Mr. Jerry. He's a costume designer for
Yeah,
Workaholics.
that's gonna
So
be
we got
so
in touch, and he's
awesome.
going to come on the show
Yeah.
and discuss everything. Last episode, you weren't able to catch it, but maybe you can see a clip of it. Durs has this awesome like denim jacket
Yeah.
with a Chihuahua body and
Yeah.
a Durs head on it.
Damn.
Like was spray painted on.
I'm gonna go home and watch this because I watch Workaholics every week, and like I was driving here today and I was like, I don't think I watched it from last week. I don't know what was
Chuck
going
Liddell's
on.
the guest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I'll definitely be watching it.
Yeah, watch it because it was good. I know the people at home, y'all watched it, or
Yeah.
you must have seen it because if you're watching this, that means you love Workaholics.
Yes, exactly. So what? I don't know how much time we have left, but like, what do you think? How are they gonna wrap this whole series up? They have to do something epic at the
Good
end.
question.
Like, I'm dying to know because like at first, like I really thought like something was gonna happen in this situation, and it was gonna lead to the next episode, and the next episode, and then they were gonna die, and it was gonna be over.
I have a feeling they're going to quit their jobs
Okay.
or get hired for something random they create.
Yeah.
And then like a Dexter situation.
Do you think it's gonna be like an epic ending?
Yeah, it has to be.
Okay.
I hope.
I hope so too.
I think these guys, something random but awesome is going
Like,
to
I
happen.
want to see like all aspects of their life before we go, because like the last one that I was here with you on, it was Montez and
Oh, that's right.
and they were like out and about, and now here they're out and about. Like, I want to see them back at home. I want to see them back in the workplace. Like all.
You want to go back to the OG Workaholics.
I just want to like feel that nostalgia of like we're back home, we're back at work, and
Yeah,
they
'Cause
send us off
I guess
like
you could
that.
take it kind of like a little bit of Fast and Furious, because in Fast and Furious, you could say the first two or three movies, it was all about the racing.
Yeah.
And then 4 and up, it became all about the action.
Yeah.
And so Workaholics is kind of the same. The first several seasons were all in the office, based
Yeah.
around the office, in the office.
Right.
And now it's more adventure time.
Yes.
So
And I needed them to go back, and I just need to remember all of their stuff
their
before they
roots.
leave. Yeah.
their roots.
I know.
So stay tuned for that.
And
Where can we
Jillian.
find you at?
We better find Jillian too. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. But anyways, thank you guys. It's been so much fun. I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at AthleChick.
And you can join us definitely when we have Maddie on. We'll have the three of us. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Especially when we have the next couple guests coming on.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so
And
fun.
I'm Nick Mardi. You can catch me everywhere at
Yes.
NickMarty13 and the latest Late Show with Nick Mardi on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click that like button and definitely check out some of the other AfterBuzz shows. What other
Yeah.
AfterBuzz shows do you do?
I have a really cool show on Sunday. No, we air it on Monday, and we're going to do the finale this week, The Young Pope. It's an HBO show. It's
Young Pope.
really seriously
That's
good.
with
That's with Jude Law.
Jude Law,
But I
yeah.
also do Always Sunny. Always Sunny is more like this kind of audience, I feel
Yeah,
like.
you
But
got
The Young
yeah.
Pope, you should watch it. It's awesome.
I have a big spectrum. I do
Yep.
$1 Million Listing, I do Dancing with the Stars, and I do
And-
Workaholics.
yeah, exactly. That is
So I'm all over the
yeah.
place. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm going to do Blind Spot. So if you like Blind Spot,
Oh,
definitely
that's
check in with that.
awesome. Yeah.
But thank
cool.
you so much for watching. This is
Yes.
Workaholics. Catch us next Wednesday at 10:30 Pacific time. Catch y'all later.
See you guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.